Hello everyone, a very good morning. My name is Mahen Jayasena. I'm a senior lead UI UX. So today I'm going to talk about really a new tool in the market. It's called Figma. I think some of the UI people are familiar with it. Some are still under learning. So I'll go through it one by one. It will be a kind of a small presentation, but it have the details you need to start on a project, where from coding to designing to project management, all of that. So today's agenda, we are going to cover some of the features like what is Figma, what you will get, styling, group, frame, artboard, components, prototyping, feedback, coding, and pros and cons. It's a topic we cannot just do it within 30 minutes of time, but I will do the high level explanation of the product. So to start with, I'll run a small video where we will get a basic idea about Figma and what you can do. Then I'll explain the other points detail after this.
We know that good design is more than how something looks. It makes people feel. It makes people act. It makes a good product great. But for all the good design out there, the design process is often a mess. Files are passed back and forth, endless final versions are saved, and nobody ever has the right fonts. At Figma, we thought the design process needed a redesign, and so that's what we did. Figma is a platform where teams design together. It unites everyone in your creative process. Bring that idea to life. Design, wireframe, or prototype. Figma is a tool in the cloud. Let your writer do their word magic right in your design file. Figma lets you both get on the same page, literally. Partner with your developer early and often, even if they live on the other side of the globe. Figma makes handoff more like a handshake. Invite your stakeholders to give feedback and note comments right in your work. Figma helps you get what you need and helps others get what they need. And all of this you can do together in real time, without stepping on each other's toes. It's time to design on your terms with Figma.
Yes, I think it basically shows what Figma is, and I think there's a nice saying on that, saying you do what you need and others will get what they want. Very simple, right? That is Figma basically for you. As I said, Figma is a revolutionary product which came to the design world in a storm. Like, where I have a bit of background in UI for a few years, but it was a very big thing, and when I researched about it, it was like trending in North America, US. Now it's under Europe, and it'll be going around the world in very quick time. It's a very short period. It was spread around the world very quickly because it's a combination of, if you're an Adobe user, it's a combination of everything. So it's a web-based application. That's the main thing. You don't need to have it installed in your PC. You can work on any machine, anywhere, any platform, which will make the product more valuable for everyone. What makes it so attractive? It's free for individuals, not for corporates. For corporates, we need to get a corporate license where it's like $15 per month. You can have 3 editors, but unlimited number of users in it, and it's very collaborative, very fast, works on any computer, PC, Mac, Linux, anything. For mobile comparison apps are there for you to review it. For example, if you are an Adobe person, if you use Illustrator, to open up an AI file, you need to have the software in it, but this you can open it on anywhere. Even there are apps, you can use it, or you can open it on the browser without a problem, and you can put comments, anything you want to do. Everything in one place. As I told you previously, Figma Font Installer, it uses Google Fonts basically, and you can have add-ons to it. So it's a very smart move they did, and it's as I said, it's a really collaborative tool. You don't need to download extra fonts or jump into different things, install while you are working in a new project. Because if you're working with a client, they will use their fonts, and when they're sending it to you, it will be a different font since you don't have it. So it's a collaborative tool, as I said. Figma is able to import sketch files extremely accuracy. Like you can bring anything, artboards. If you do it on Illustrator, you can bring it here easily. Photoshop, anything, even different platform like InVision, anything you can bring it here. Live share, like basically you can while you're working. Now I'm working on a few projects. where while I'm working, the client is also like putting his comments and he's telling me what to do, and I'm doing it. We all working on a live environment. For example, if a client says on this area, what I do is I go to his profile, I click on his avatar, and I'm there. So time wasting is minimal in this application, and you can use Dropbox paper. You can embed on Figma projects easily. Next, I'm moving to is styles. Styling, basically styling features there, different prototype objects where you can make things very easily. You can do color, you can do text, you can do effects, you can do layouts. Again, this is if you're an Adobe user, you know how you have to do, how many layers you have to create to get this thing done. But in Figma, it's just a matter of clicking by pressing one button. Then another key frame is group frame framing artboard. You can see. I hope you can see the animation what I'm doing. Like when you group it, it's basically like a group and not an object itself. But when it's come to framing, it goes as a container. It has its own size. You can minimize, you can reduce it. It'll whatever the object, it'll fit. The artboard, it's a specific way of working. Like basically, now imagine you want to do a mobile app. For example, we are doing a app called Udo Time at this point. It's going live in few days. They said to stick on different phone sizes, different environments and all that. So we stick for the framing. We got iPhone 9. And we stick for it, but when it's come to size matters and all that, we have zero problems. I think the dev team is can justify what I'm telling. We had zero issues, sizes and all that. It's 100% correct. So it's very easy. I think you can see it from the animation what I'm doing. So that's what these three key points are. The main thing is components. These are very I have few good examples I can tell you. I'll show it in the next slide with the animation what I'm doing. So components is a key thing in Figma, where we created for a project very recently called here, and we created the entire workflow. I think it came up to 120 pages. And suddenly the client was decided, okay, we want to change the button color. If you are an Illustrator user, if you are an Adobe Photoshop user, you know how hard it is, right? When you change it, you have to change the entire number of screens. It will take hours, days, you name it. But in Figma, when you create a component, for example, you make that button or icon or a font or table, whatever it is, as a component, and you can change the color instant. You do it once, it will affect the entire 150 screens or 200,000 to 20,000, don't mind, it will change. But you have to first create the component, then you have to use it on the different screens. So that is a key feature I have seen, and it makes my life very easy when it's come to the designing part. So the other one is prototyping. It's basically you get it on Craft, InVision, XD, you can get it. But there are a few points I think I have noted. It's transitions, like common transitions, animations as you move between frames, device frames, for example, at a range, basically when you add a range of containers from iPhone to Android to, we can say, Apple Watch on your design. Very easy, as I told you previously. Fix objects, you can basically attach objects like status bar, buttons, or even a slide of frame with containers. It's very easy. When you start using it, you will feel the difference. And vertical and horizontal scrolling, that's I think it's on XD as well. But basically, you can enable scrolling through individual shapes within parent frame, which can itself be scrollable. Basically, you can see the example what I used there. You can easily, without scrolling the phone, have a lengthy phone design to show the prototype. You can do it in-house. Basically, you can see it's basically like an app. Going back, this is one of cool things in Figma. It's feedback. When you do a design, when you are a designer, you have to communicate a lot with the client. You have to interact with him a lot. And if you're planning to send a lot of comments and emails and all that, it's annoying for him as well as for you. And you will miss emails because you will pile up with ton of emails when it's come to getting a feedback for we'll say 20 feedback, 20 layouts. And in Figma, you can easily do comment. You can edit, you can put comment, and you can tag people. it's extremely easy. Now, when I tag my client, he will get an alert for his email saying that mine had tagged you. Then he put his feedback. I will get the alert. I will fix it and say done. And I'm tagging the dev teams to proceed. So it's extremely easy when it's come to feedback. It's there on InVision as well, but when you have the entire platform in one place, it's extremely easy. Then coding. I think a lot of people will be interested about this area. Coding, you can see, you can basically copy CSS, iOS, and Android codes from it by just clicking a drop down. It's a very easy way to approach it. And I think some of the dev teams can justify this again. So far, I didn't get any complaints or anything from them. So it's a good part of Figma as well. Then again, the pros and cons. I will straight away go here. It's a Google font format, as I told you, as installer. It's a real-time collaboration, as mentioned before. It's instant. Layout grid is in styles. Theme libraries, as I told you, like component libraries, where you can use them for thousands of screens. By changing one place, it will affect the entire thing. The distribution field for every component, and feedback is there, prototyping is there. Those are the key pro things I have seen. Cons are like instance, it's a plugin, it's a real data. You can't you can't put different data and present, because it's a collaborative tool. As I said, whatever you do, your entire team will see. You have to make sure that you put the correct data and do it. And it have a subscription, as I told you. If it's an individual, university students, interns, you can use it free. But when it's come to a project corporate level, you have to buy it for $15. But still, I think it's worth, where Adobe products are, one product is in cloud. Now it's like, I think, somewhere around $50 to $60. So it's worth of a while, because a lot of people are using. And you can connect, the other thing I forgot to mention on the presentation, you can connect this to Trello as a project, like a communication, like a project management tool. So it's a very, for me, it's a very extremely easy tool. Now I'm like 100% using it, as well as it's not just a UI tool. You can do business cards, you can do flyers, you can do books, you can do anything under one branch. So it's a very good tool. Currently 1 Billion Tech is using this, as far as I know, in 3 projects. It's one is here, the latest one, Odo Time and Edge Analytics. So I think so far the clients are very happy about it, and the dev teams, the UI teams, everyone is happy about it. So that's about it from Figma high level. What is Figma? I think it will cover a lot of points. So if you have any questions, you can point now, or you can send me an email. I will definitely reply for it. So I'll wait for 2 minutes. If you have any questions, you can push it now. So I think there are no questions. If you guys have anything, just ping me, or just drop me an email. I will definitely reply to you guys. So I would say thank you very much for your time and for getting into this. I hope you guys will use it in the future, since it'll definitely conquer the entire designing world in another few 1 or 2 years from now. Thank you very much.